Well, good morning. Grandpa Gary here, back working on the Jaguar on the 1960 Mark II. I'm at the left rear wheel well here, and you can see I've started to rebuild the channel, the frame channel where the rear leaf spring fits into. That whole area pretty much was rotted away. There was nothing really supporting the structure there whatsoever. So I welded in a new metal there. And also I've cut away the rotten piece of the inner wheel well here. As you can see, it's clearly missing now. That's going to be replaced fairly soon. The structure supporting the left rear jacking point, which fits just in this area right here, pretty much was gone. So all of that metal has been replaced now, welded in. May not look like the prettiest welds in the world, but there's a lot of strong metal there and it's well attached. And I've also cut away the sill, outer sill, to reveal the inside of the inner sill area here. And there's substantial corrosion over in this area and in here, actually from the support gusset right here forward. The bottom third of the inner sill is pretty much compromised, so I'm going to have to replace that. And that moving forward to the front jacking point, which is cracked and has to be replaced. However, I do not think I'm going to have to replace the complete front jacking point. Just the outer section of this square tubing there. There is a crack in there. And I think I can get away with just replacing that piece of tubing, welding in a new section and bracing it slightly, kind of enhancing the structure a bit. So I have to take care of the inner sill, and then later on I have the Martin Roby patch panel outer sill. I'm going to bring that along, and that's going to be welded to this edge here. There's minimal corrosion actually in the door sills areas, the surface rust and that. There is some perforation along here. I'm going to replace that. I'm going to cut this section out here. I'm going to replace, there's let's see, some rotted areas in here and that. I think I can accomplish that fairly quickly. Moving forward to the wheel well, the front driver's side wheel well here, I've started to remove all the rotted material that was here, and basically it's going to be a repeat, of course, what happened on the passenger side of the vehicle. This area down in here is completely missing and rotted away, and so I have to rebuild that structure. I have to take the inner wheel well structure. Oh, I should get a light. The inner wheel well structure was pretty much rusted away in here, so I've cut that out up here, and I'm looking for new metal. I'll be taking all the undercoating off here. I need to get this cleaned off so that I can have an attachment point for on the inboard side of the inner wheel well structure. And you can see there's substantial corrosion here that perforates, that goes straight up to the inside of the cab where your left leg would rest on the floor panel. And that, anyway, that's it for now. Just an update. I'm not going to be posting any videos about me grinding and welding and that. You can find that somewhere else. It gets kind of boring after a while. But what I plan to do is complete the work and then show you another video after everything is completed. So I'm signing off for now. The driver's side sill, and like on the passenger side, this area in here had all but rotted away, so that's been cut out and replaced with new metal and plug welded and stitch welded into position. So the inner sill at the back end here was quite rusted, and I had to cut away some of the cancer here. and it's still not finished. I have to continue with this. Today I'm going to be dealing with the inside of the sill at the back end here, and I'm going to be replacing some of the metal and welding that into position. Let's see, right here, and the gap here, you can see straight through. That was pretty much wrecked, so totally corroded. I had to cut that out. Then moving along the sill, let's move some lighting here. I'm actually quite happy with what I'm seeing here. Yeah, it's rusted and so on. There's a lot of good metal left in here. It's definitely salvageable. Quite a bit of cleanup and rust prevention needs to get done. The brace underneath the B-pillar in the sill is in really good shape. I'm happy with what I'm seeing here. But as we move forward, you can see the corrosion starting to take hold here on the bottom of the sill. Now that'll look better when I finish brushing that. I'm gonna take the electric brush to this thing, and it needs a lot more cleanup. But here we have some rot. You can see through there, right here. That has to all be cut out, so I'll be replacing this bottom stretch here, probably all the way back to the B-pillar support here, replacing all this and that, and welding that in. And then we move forward to the front left fender, and you can see that I've already cut out the outer fender away here. That was pretty much all rotted away. So where the front jacking point is, again, I'll get some light in here. Where the front jacking point is, let's see. Yeah, you can see a crack right there, and that area, the front part of the jacking point, has deteriorated and corroded away. So what's going to happen here, I'm thinking I'm going to be able to actually salvage this. I'll get some light here first, I guess. That wouldn't hurt. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, I'm going to remove this area in here. Where can I get that? Right where you see this crack right there. I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to remove it. I'm going to remove it from the floor pan, and then I'm going to make a new piece and weld that in. So you can see right through the inner sill, right to the inside of the cab, and this whole area in here has all rotted away. So I'm going to be rebuilding this. This is pretty much a repeat of what was on the passenger side. So what I'm going to do here is attend to that. The inner the inner sill here, the seam right here, I'm going to clean that up and see what I can do to how far the corrosion actually goes up. What I found here is the rust preventative, the wax oil and God knows what else that's been sprayed on the undercarriage here, has trapped moisture inside, and it's led to rust underneath it. It's actually very frustrating. This stuff's really hard to get rid of. So anyway, I'm going to take the rotary brush here. I'm going to brush all that off, and then I'm probably, there's some perforations right here. I'm going to cut this seam right here. The idea is I'm going to try and save the seam where I can and replace the metal in there behind it, this area right here. I'll try and reconfigure, remake some of that metal and then weld that into position. I had to cut away some of the wheel arches. I think in previous videos way back you can see this was all perforated, not but I've cut this arch section out here. The inner part of this fender here is actually in really good shape. Yeah, there's a bit of rust in there, just surface rust. So I'm going to finish cleaning this area up here. And I have patch panels here. And the patch panel I have for the driver's side is not identical to the passenger side. So I may have to do some extra cutting and fitting and so on and so forth. But I'm going to be cutting the floor pan out right there where you can see the perforations. I'm going to take this out here and cut it down. The jacking point is underneath here, so I'm gonna have to I'll chisel. I might air chisel that off and cut it off with a zip cutter and remove it. But I don't see, once I clean this off, I don't think I see anything that tells me that I need to replace the whole floor pan. So I have this floor pan section here. Sorry about my shaky hands. This floor pan section fits down in here. And probably what I'm going to do is I'll section this piece off here and just replace what needs to be replaced. And we'll see how that all works out. I'm going to have to rebuild a section of the inner sill here and fit that in there, weld it in. So that's basically it for now. I'm not going to be showing you any of the grinding and cleaning and tack welding and that. There's thousands of videos on YouTube you can watch to watch that kind of stuff. It's just kind of boring after a while, I think. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll close, and hopefully soon I'll show you all the finished work. Oh, one more thing. I cut away the outer section of the sill along this line here, and what my plan is to not do what I did on the passenger side. I'm going to patch where I need to, like right here there's some corrosion holes and stuff. I'll clean everything up as best I can, but I'm going to fit the new outer sill that I have for the driver's side up to this point and then stitch weld this in. And it's going to be tricky fitting that, but we'll see how that goes. It's not an impossibility, obviously. So I'm trying to move the project along here because for a variety of reasons I had to put things on hold and so on and so forth. So, and that the one thing I'll have to do, I can't forget, is once I get everything prepped and ready for welding and what have you, after I get the cosmetic stuff done, well, and the structural stuff welded in here, I have to run the driver's side wiring harness from the footwell down in here into the sill, and then feed it all the way along the inner sill so that it comes out in this hole here. It'll come out here just like on the other side, and then come up along the wheel well, proceeding into the trunk area. And this section of wiring harness will be carrying the fuel pump wiring. So anyway, that's it for now.